Here's how this works. Water, salt, and pepper, those are freebies. Your pantry, it better have flour, oil, vinegar, mustard, and garlic. Beyond that, you'll only need 5 more ingredients and 25 minutes to put an entree or entire meal on the table. So, shop, set the clock, and let's dish out. For this super quick stir-fry dinner, you are going to need some chicken broth or chicken stock, some oyster sauce, of course, it is in the name after all, some microwaveable snow peas or green vegetable of your choosing, and fresh ginger. You can't beat the fresh stuff when it comes to quick stir-fries, and I'm going with 1 pound of pork. You could certainly use chicken or shrimp for this as well. Anyways, let's get to work. We'll start by peeling our ginger root. Best way to do that is with the back side of a spoon. Just roughly scrape off all that paper and skin on the outside. We don't want that. And then slice this into planks and go back through it to a nice fine mince. If you have a nice rasp grater, you can certainly grate the ginger as well. We'll reach into the pantry and grab a couple cloves of garlic, which we will proceed to finely mince as well. Ginger and garlic are some key flavor components in Asian cooking. Go ahead and cut those pork cutlets up into long strips or bite-sized pieces. And then we'll grab some flour from the pantry, maybe about half a cup, and toss that pork to thoroughly combine it in the flour. Traditionally, you would use cornstarch for this, but we're all out of ingredients, so we're improvising. We'll add a couple of tablespoons of oyster sauce to a bowl or measuring cup to make our stir-fry sauce here. To that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of flour, which will act as a thickener once it heats up in the skillet, and 1 cup of our chicken stock. You want to very thoroughly combine all of this so that flour and oyster sauce are evenly distributed throughout your stock. You may need to grab a whisk to do this most efficiently. Once you've got your sauce made, we can go ahead and stir fry our way to the dinner table. Add a tablespoon or so of olive oil to a large skillet over high heat and add in your pork in a single layer. If you need to work in batches here, you could certainly do that. You're going to give it about 2 to 3 minutes on that first side until you get a nice golden brown crust. At which point you'll go ahead and flip it over and cook it through on that second side for another 2 to 3 minutes. This really just depends on how thick or thin you cut your strips of pork or chicken or shrimp. Once it's nice and cooked through, go ahead and add your garlic and your ginger. If you're not using a microwavable bag of snow peas as I am, you'll want to add those at this point as well, but I zap mine in the microwave for a couple of minutes so they're nice and tender already. Go ahead and stir those aromatics around for a minute or so just to wake them up, and then add in your sauce. Go ahead and stir that around to combine. If you did microwave your veggies, you can add them at this point. Bring that sauce up to a simmer and it should thicken nicely. You'll want to taste this for seasoning, add a little fresh cracked pepper or maybe even a pinch of salt if it needs it, but that oyster sauce has got a lot of sodium in it, so definitely taste it first. Once everything is nice and saucy, you're ready to serve this up. I like mine with a little white rice. You could serve it with some noodles or just enjoy it all on its own if you're on a keto kick. I am, of course, going to garnish it with some green onions because, well, you know. And that is a lovely, quick stir-fry dinner that's got some really nice, deep flavor notes from that fresh ginger, that umami-packed oyster sauce. I love pork loin because it stays nice and tender even when it's cooked all the way through. I hope you'll give this a try. I love stir-fry dinners and quick sauces like this. Super comforting, lean, and delightful. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know what you're waiting for, but I am waiting for you to go and make something delicious.